Hey guys, this is Russ and Nique, and this is She Wolf Alchemy. And today we're doing another Questions Nobody Asked Us, where we go around the net looking at different advice forums and we pick questions that strangers on the internet have asked other strangers on the internet for their input on. They have asked people, they did not ask us, but we're going to answer them anyway. So I have the first question. So the question starts like this. My recent partner randomly dumped me after 4 years together and living together. He was a great partner, genuinely. Oftentimes I felt inadequate compared to him, although I didn't do a good job trying. He wasn't happy. I was not being good nor a fun partner the last year due to a depression flare and mental illness. After the breakup, I feel like I'm fighting the days. Every breath feels mechanic. I realized I had no fire in me for a while. I bet that's the sort of thing he was referring to. Meanwhile, he's thriving. He's making friends, still in contact, and they are these girls and guys with such drive and passion for life. They're friendly, they're social with various accomplishments. I felt as though I held him back. He was Sunshine Barbie to my Darth Vader. I don't feel very accomplished in life. I don't have many hobbies. I feel stuck. I feel like he's evolving away from me, and I am so heartbroken, but also heavily questioning who I am as an individual. Does this mean we're different people? Has anyone experienced anything similar? Am I comparing myself to others without knowing them personally? I feel like a dark cloud, but I don't want to be. So they have a lot of questions in this. And the reason I want to pick this because I feel like I hear something similar a lot, working with people who have gone through breakups, and it sucks. It sucks when you go through the breakup and they're doing great, and you're struggling. I've been there, and it sucks. And don't let them be the person that actually did you wrong. It sounds like this was a great person, a great guy, but man, I don't know about you, but I've been through a breakup where they were like horrible and they did horrible things and then they got to strive. And then I was just like, okay, I'm time to put your ass in a jar. Like let's even out the playing field real quick. Have you been through that?
But it seems like I can I don't know if it's travel ring, what is it? But I don't remember like half of
Yeah.
my breakups right now. In this present moment,
Yeah.
I don't remember a lot of them are even doing well,
Hmm.
except for the one that I really liked. He was doing well. He moved on and I was salty, but it was my
Yes.
fault. It was
Yeah.
my fault. So I was very much sad.
Yeah.
Then all the check was, can you stop being so nice? Because I can't have you anymore. So I kind of feel like so, like, the ones that actually did me wrong, I don't know, did I not keep tabs on them, or did I just, like, block my mind from thinking about
Yeah.
it, and I don't remember, but the one that I did wrong and he was thriving, I was very much sad, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and I don't even think it's a matter of keeping tabs because, like, I remember it just things kept coming up, whether it was people saying things to me, you just scrolling and you thinking they blocked
Mhm.
on everything, but then y'all have a mutual friend that tagged them in something, and you're just like, what the hell?
Yes.
Um, yeah,
Yes.
most of the time, I don't really know what's happening. But I do remember it was one particular person where I was just like, first of all, you can go to hell.
Mhm.
You can go to hell. Now, I later found out they weren't doing that well, actually, and that was a front, and that made me very happy. I know I shouldn't say that, but it made me very happy. I was like, good, good.
Yes,
But during
yes.
that time, I remember being like, not even heartbroken over the breakup, but more so like, it's not fair that I know the type of person you are, how you move. And like I had to walk away from that. And like you got to still be that type of person. And like
Mhm.
everybody still thinks you're just this amazing person. And I don't have the type of personality where I would like put them on blast and be like, yeah, and they da 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 da. That's just not my personality. But it was like the fact that I know how you actually move. And like it feels like you are continuing to thrive.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that felt so hard at that time. This is not about
Yeah.
us though. I'm sorry. I'm a Gemini. I'm gonna try to get back. But
I get it. And going back to like just seeing things like I had to delete the mama. I had to delete everybody that was associated, and it took me a
oh
while to
God.
delete the mom because I'm like, she can't do nothing but sis keep on liking my stuff. Stop liking my stuff. I know with your son no more, or stop putting your son on your
Yeah.
Facebook because I just can't see that. So I
Mhm.
had to like that was a hard part, or even family members. How is such and
Yeah.
such? Or do you not understand we're not together anymore? Why are you as
Yeah.
are doing? This is making me sad. So
Yeah.
talking to me about this. So yeah.
Me and you had this conversation like earlier this week. Guys' mothers love me. Guys' mothers always love me.
All the time.
Unfortunately, I tend to attract a lot of men with mother issues, so their moms tend to be like older versions of me. So they see me like, oh, she a firecracker. I love that for you.
Yeah, that's funny. Yes.
I'm just saying, I say that to say like that is a thing of like the mom still wanting to be cool. And it's like, hey, ma'am, your son really tempted me to commit felonies. I can't, you can't call me your daughter-in-law anymore. Like, we have to separate. Unfortunately, like, I think you're cool too. I wish we could be friends, but unfortunately, I got to cut all y'all off.
Mhm. And that's the thing. Well, the same. Like the moms love me, and I can have both sides. I can be really sweet, or I can be really an asshole. And like some of the moms are really sweet, and they probably relate to that side of me. And it's like, but me, if I broke up with you, or I'm just like, I don't care. I don't mind being cool with your mom. I so many people on Facebook. Happy birthday, daughter.
Yeah,
Thank you. And I'm like, ha 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 to the new girlfriend. But it's like it doesn't bother me if it was like, I didn't really care. But like a heartbreak was no. Leave me alone, man.
yeah.
Leave me alone.
See, the only
But
mother
anyways, yeah.
The only mother I'm still cool with is my child's father, and it's because we have to coordinate. We have to. I need y'all to come get her in the
Yeah.
summertime. Like, we gotta. And I love his mom. I love his
Mhm.
family. I love his little sister so much. She just graduated, but like that's different. Like, hey, we actually are family. Also, I made that nigga my cousin, so like,
Mhm.
you can't. He's my cousin that gets on my nerves, but
Yes. Yes, family.
okay,
He's
I'm
family.
sorry. We're all off topic. Back to the subject at hand. So we say that to say, like, baby girl, we get it. We understand, like, especially if you're in a dark place. I get it. I remember there was somebody I had a breakup with for other reasons, but like during the time I realized I need to leave them, like I was going through a deep depression. And I remember feeling so hurt because it was like I had to walk away from this thing for a couple of different reasons. But I was already in the midst of a deep depression. Like I was like, I need to get back on I need to get on medication. Like I'm going through. And like they ass was out here selling around California. They were like on boats. Like a week later, they were on boats. They was on Tinder. How were they on Tinder? Because I also got on Tinder. And the Tinder immediately tried to match us. Or was it Tinder? It was Bumble. It was Bumble.
Yes.
And I had paid for the version and I saw that he did try to match with me. I'm like, I just broke up with you. Why are you even on here? And then why would you match with me? And then it added
And
to it.
why did he back you? That's the
And
thing. Why did
you know
he
what
back
I'm talking
you?
about, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
But I didn't know he liked you that fast. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And I was just like, but also I'm like, no, because you on here. It don't matter. Don't worry about what I'm doing on here. Why are you on here?
Mhm.
You're supposed to be heartbroken. But anyways, I say all of that to say, like, I get like that feeling, and then you start being like, was I not, And it's like they are able to bounce back so quickly. They are able to do all this
Mhm.
stuff. And like I'm really over here struggling. And it does make you feel like, was I the thing that holding them back? Like, was it me? Was it me? My mental health holding them back? Was it all this stuff? And here's the thing. Finding out the answer to that rarely ever helps you. Because actually, sometimes
Yeah.
we are. Sometimes it is. Sometimes we are going through too much and people can't handle it. And that does not make them a villain. So, and it's unfair.
Mhm.
Like when we have mental health stuff going on, it's like, I want you to be there for me. I'm sorry, I'm struggling with this. But it is our responsibility to handle that. It's our responsibility to get that back up. And it's amazing when we do have partners that can work through our mental health stuff. What is that? Can be there and support. But the truth of the matter is, it's not their responsibility, and nor do they have to. Especially if you guys aren't married. I think marriage changes a
Mhm.
little bit. We do that sickness through health thing, and even then there are certain limitations. I actually had somebody really really close to me who they went through it with their partner, and their partner had a SPMI, which is what we call a serious persistent mental illness, and they had delusions that were scary, that was like putting them in harm's way. And we kind of had an intervention like, yo, girl, it's you can't sleep at night because you're not sure if this person is gonna stab you in your sleep. You gotta go. So there are certain like limitations, I think, even in marriage. Just want to throw that out there because I don't want nobody that's living through that thinking I'm saying marriage means you got to stay. No, ma'am. No, sir.
Right, right.
But it does feel painful, it does hurt, and it does feel like, "Look, I'm trying my best, and I'm sorry this is too hard," and I think sometimes we may wanna vilify them. I love that that's not what she's doing, but I hate that now you're being like, "Oh, I was such a mess, and that's why." Sometimes it's just people can't handle what we're going through. Sometimes it is you just grow as different people, and
Mhm,
you don't have to make that be a "they're evil" or "I'm bad" thing. What we can do is like, "You know what? I don't like the place that I am now," because that's what I'm hearing her say is, "I don't like the place that I am now. I feel like I'm in this dark cloud. I don't wanna be." So let that be our focus. How do I get myself out of this dark cloud and not make it be about comparison? This is not the time for you to be comparing if, "Am I not as fun as the other girls? Am I not as outgoing? Am I not as" the focus needs to be, "You know what? I'm in this dark cloud. How about I just get out the cloud first?" And then we can focus
yeah,
on, okay, well, how I want to be more ambitious. I want to have more things going. Okay, then let's work on that. But let's not do it as a comparison. You are going to torture yourself trying to make it this like race, try to make it this like, oh, if only I was that, then maybe they will still be here. Because the truth of the matter is, people are allowed to stop loving us.
mhm,
It
mhm,
sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It hurts, but people are allowed to start loving us. Also, people don't owe us an explanation.
yeah,
It's nice if they give it to us. It's great when we can get it. But let me ask for a lot of people, and maybe this is just my mindset um, on it. Y'all know I'm a Scorpio moon, so like it could just be the way I recognize things. But like, honestly, you tell me why you don't love me is not helpful. It doesn't help. Like we might want to know the questions, but like that doesn't actually make me move on. Like that doesn't stop me from like feeling pain. That doesn't stop me from like crying. And the focus need to be on that last sentence, which is I feel like a dark cloud. I don't want to be. Okay, then let's just focus on getting you out that dark cloud.
mhm. I was saying that, I mean, it wouldn't help you probably,
Mhm.
but some people
Yeah.
might, like, want to know to go to the next situation. I don't think when I'm seeing, like, but if it's something like you get moody sometimes, maybe I can fix my moodiness, but that in my opinion, that wouldn't be enough for you to be like, "Deuces on me." So I'm like, "I'm good. Okay,
Hmm.
whatever. That was a you thing." I'm not saying that we need to take all this accountability for we do need to take accountability for some things, but, like, just because that person doesn't like that, okay. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, yeah, okay, but if it was something like, "Man, you keep doing that in every situation. This is harming you and not helping you." I would wanna know, but I know you just like, "F it, I don't really wanna."
I
I do wanna know.
feel like that's a personal problem.
Yeah. Yes.
But wait,
But
can I rephrase it? Because you're right. I think the way I said that is wrong. I don't mean to say like you can't get information to make you be better in another situation. What I'm saying, I guess, and then that's my fault because the way I explained it. I agree with that. People can't give you feedback. I have gotten feedback before that I was like, oh, dang, I'm a little emotionally immature when I'm mad. I need to do better at that. And I have, and I've worked on it. So I agree with you there. But what more so what I mean is like, if a person comes and is like, well, why is it over? And I'm like, I just stopped loving you. I realize I don't really like who you are as a person anymore. I don't wanna be with you. I want to be with other people. I wanna have sex with other people now. Like, what can you do with that information?
yeah, yeah.
Like, does that yes, the information that's like, cause, and I guess the way I look at it too is because again, me and you just had this conversation earlier today. A lot of times for me, I come to endings of things and, like, that's it for me. I really don't need your input, like, it's not a back and forth conversation for me. It can be if you need that. I am now open to having those conversations, but, like, it doesn't move me. So if I'm just
Mhm.
like, I think you're really selfish," you're like, "And I can change." I'm like, "Yeah, but, like, I'm over it."
Oh,
Yeah, my feelings have moved on. I don't
yeah.
but, like, I think sometimes when people, because it seems like he told her some of the things. She's saying, like, "He told me some of the things," and it's like, "Okay, but, like, now that he's told you the reasons why, getting even more information, how does that help?" Because he has made it clear, like, "I'm not happy, I'm moving on." So, like, trying to get more from it is he thinks that he doesn't like, and you could decide to work on them, but anything more about, like, "Well, so that you love me? So why don't you care? Like, if I do these things, can we get" I think those things aren't that helpful. I think
I
at
agree.
that point, you're torturing yourself.
I agree with that part. Yeah. Yeah. Because there's, like, nothing you can do about it, and you cannot change their mind. Or
Yeah.
even if somebody said if I was to tell somebody that they were selfish, they said they can change, that's good, but now it's time to change for the next person because
Yeah.
it's like you already caused too much trauma or grief, whatever, from your selfishness, so it's too far.
Yeah. Cause like one
But
other thing, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I just said I agree. Yeah.
So, cause one of the things, like I'm looking at it and she's saying because it feels like he evolved away from me. It's like you, there's certain evolutions that just happen
Mm,
and it's just, it is what it is. Like it literally just is what it is. And when you guys evolve into certain things, I had a friendship where that happened, where it was just like we evolved into two separate people. So it did not, it felt pointless to be like, oh, what are some things we can work on? It's like, because we are so different people now that it's just like the person I am now and the person you are now isn't compatible. And we're
mm.
trying to make it work based on old history, but like who we are today is not compatible. So yes, we can sit here and keep going through this, but like if at the end of the day it's just like I find you exhausting to be around, like what can you do with that?
Nothing but be sad. Yeah. I get
Yeah.
it. I get that perspective too. I get that. Yeah.
All right. But you got the next question.
Mhm. So, am I being unreasonable? My husband and I with our 4-year-old are on holiday. Arrived late last night. My husband watched the England match, which was midnight our time, and finished at 3:30 a.m. No problem with that at all. However, he then stayed up to watch the later match. Came to bed at 6:45 a.m. and is still in bed at 12:40 p.m. I'm so cross. This is meant to be our family holiday. We are coming back from a week where he left and are both meant to be making an effort. And he does this on our first day. Am I unreasonable? Should I expect him to make an effort to be up and with me and our son on the first day of our holiday? Okay. So me, we kind of talked about this earlier, but
Mhm.
um we felt like if it was just a family holiday with me, my kid, and my husband, I think I would let him sleep. It's vacation. It doesn't have to all you don't have to all do the same things. But if it was, but then that's different. Cause remember we talked about this earlier. Cause if it was me, us three, and like my whole family, I'm like, well, we all gotta do it together. We all gotta do it together. Like, why are we here on vacation if we're not kicking it together? But I wonder if it's just like my performance died like, since we were with my family, we have to do what everybody wants to do. Whereas if it was just like us three, I would be fine with him going to sleep. I don't think she's unreasonable. You did pay money and you do want to spend time together. But I also feel vacation sometimes can be for rest and you're okay. Like we have to set boundaries, get your rest, but next day or later on, you get up, we need to do some family stuff. We came here to make memories, not for you to sleep and be selfish.
Mhm.
But, I definitely could kinda see both sides because 'cause I'm a sleepyhead too on vacations, but
Yes, yes, you are. When you picked this one, I was like, this is because you be telling people we got to stop and do naps. No,
we
we got
gotta
a plan. No, we got an itinerary.
so I get it, I get it. If you wanna sleep, you can sleep, but I don't feel like you should do that the rest of the trip. Get this out, let's finish out strong. But if it was like a big group of us, I would like him to be more attentive, and I'm not sure if that's because of my people pleasing side or the fact that we're all here, we have plans, and it's a big group of us, this is what we plan, and you're kind of being disrespectful to those plans you agreed upon.
Yeah. I'm with you. I see both sides of it. On his side, I do like me and you talked about this because I had like 3 vacations this year where I felt like it was for everybody else but me in a vacation.
Mhm.
And and 2 of them was with my child. And when you're a parent and you're on vacation with your child, it's usually not a vacation for you. Like this is their vacation because you are still okay. Up, I gotta get up early. I gotta make sure everybody's in the shower. I gotta make sure everybody's, I gotta get us there. I gotta pay for the tickets. I gotta, it's a lot of planning. And so I say
Mhm.
that to say, like, I get him being like, yo, it's my first, just let me, I just got off work. This is my first day off work. Let me sleep. Let me sit and watch the game and let me just like decompress. I get having that feeling. I definitely had that feeling during my last 2 vacations where like I just had moments where like my mom went with me on the last one. And I was like really grateful because my daughter was like, okay, now let's go to the pool. Okay, da, da, da. And I just was like, I'm so overwhelmed right now because also we
Mhm.
drove. I'm like, I just drove 5 hours. And then I just paid for this food that was nasty that y'all insist that we eat there. And then we went to the beach and then we I just need to chill. I just need to and my mom is a mother, obviously. So she understood it. She's like, I'll take her to the pool. You chill out. You go you go do what you need to do. And they came back and I was like in bed reading. And it's just like, it can be like, this is my break. I'm already gonna be doing thing to thing. Let me have a day where I can just like chill because this is
Mhm.
already overwhelmed. And then again, I think also it depends on your personality type. It can be very overwhelming when it's like, okay, this is finally my break, my time off. I get that. But on the same side, I get her because it's like, this is our family time. We want to do this for our family. Our child is here. We're making memories with our child. You be an active participant.
Yeah. And then I'm thinking like when they're home, how is it at home? Like if
Yeah.
she always have to put on when it's her time to like not put on or when is it family time for all three of us? Because I have to put on a vacation to be a mama. Vacation I mean I'd be
Mhm.
mama everywhere. But for you to be always sleep and do you do this does he do this at home too? It's just like that would irritate me though. That would irritate me. Like, okay, I'm on vacation now. It's time to have these memories. You do that enough at home because
Yeah.
you're not present there either.
Yeah, no, completely
Oh.
agree. I think this is just a missed chance for communication of like what is
Mhm.
our expectations. I am really big about like recognizing where your expectations of person is unrealistic and then
Yeah.
also letting a person know what is my expectations of you because I think sometimes we don't do that. I have fallen short of this myself. It's something I've been trying to work on this year a lot of like recognizing like, "Ooh, I can't be mad because they had no idea this is what my expectation was."
Mhm.
And so I do wonder, like, again, she said we both agreed to make an effort, but again, this is the first day. Like, did y'all drive here? Was he the one that drove? Was he especially being 35, in our 20s, y'all, I was the one that drove everywhere. I don't trust Nique's driving. I'm amazed. I'm amazed that you get around places safely. That
Oh
you
yeah.
get from point A to B safely. It blows my mind every time. You're like, I'm in the car. And I'm like, well, Godspeed. Like in our 20s, I drove us everywhere. Like we used to be in Cincinnati. We would drive to Atlanta like every 3 months to come out here for some BS and
Yeah.
drive back. That's a 7 hour drive. I think the first trip I let you drive for like 2 hours, and I was like, hey, pull over. And in my 20s, that was fine. In my 30s, especially this year I turned 35. Like I'm going on a trip soon, and my friend I'm going with was like, well, do you want to go somewhere else that's closer for you to drive? I said, baby, I'm not driving nowhere. Flights. I had to do two driving
Mhm.
trips this summer, and I was like, oh yeah, that's not in me no more. That's not. Give me these freaking $500 tickets. I'm not doing it no more because I'm so wiped out when I get there.
Mhm.
Like I don't want to
Mhm.
do nothing. I have an attitude. I need to just chill. Every small noise annoys me because I've been sitting with my back straight. I'm carrying 20 pounds of breast while I'm having to sit here on this road. Like it's a lot. So I do kind of wonder some of those things. Like it's the first day. What have y'all had a conversation about what our expectations are?
Mhm.
It's one thing if it's like, okay, we have a week, it's 3 days in, and you keep doing this, girl, I get you. But it's the first day. Did y'all drive there? Was he the one who did all the driving? Did he just get off of work 9 p.m. the night before y'all got on the road at 6 a.m.? Like, I do need some context for that. But I think this is a point where y'all need to have a conversation about what are your expectations of this trip.
I think that's yeah. It's just miscommunication.
Yeah.
Miscommunication for sure. Because he probably doesn't even know anything is wrong with any of those actions. So yeah.
Y- All right, I got the next question. It starts off, both of my best friends have been friends since we were children, and recently a group of my friends didn't invite friend A to the shops. I wasn't inviting either. However, friend A was very sad and tried to talk to friend B about feeling left out. Friend B didn't apologize and thinks it wasn't a big deal. So friend B is even more hurt. I love both my best friends and I don't want to pick a side. However, I feel as if I'm being a bad friend by talking to one and then the other in the front of them and being stuck in the middle. What should I do? Let them figure it out without you.
Mhm.
I really have no more advice for this other than let them figure out. This is something that happens a lot of times in friend groups. I have had this happen a few times in friend groups where it's more than y'all two. It's like a threesome, it's a foursome, it's five of y'all. And Some of them have beef, and trying to be in the middle always gets very slippery very quickly. There's mixed communication. One person says something, that's not how I meant. Ooh, why she said that way? It gets so slippery so quickly that, and especially most of our listeners are around our age, 30s, 40s. Um, I feel like at our age, you should kind of know, like, that's y'all business. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Don't talk shit about her with me. That's still my homegirl. We're gonna talk about everything else. I'm not gonna talk shit about her when you're with me because I know that's still your homegirl. We know everything else. Like, be Switzerland, neutral as fuck, neutral as hell. And if they can't be neutral, then you got to start removing yourself and being like, all right, well, until y'all figure it out, because it's too much where these can be misinterpreted. Someone can
Mhm.
read something wrong. Someone, oh, you spending more time with her. Why you not spend? It gets so slippery so quickly. Be neutral. Say, hey, I really don't want to be in the middle of that. Can we talk about something else? Change the
Yeah,
subject and go about your day. That's literally the only advice I have on this.
that is the best advice. But even sometimes that doesn't work
Yeah.
because then they'll one thought they had higher priority than the other one. And so
Hmm.
how you just not gonna pick a side? I'm not.
Yeah.
That happened to me when I was younger, in my 20s, and then even as I was older, I was like, I'm not doing this with either of y'all. Y'all getting on my nerves, keep calling about each other. Stop doing it. Keep me out of
Mhm.
it. But I didn't say it nicely. I definitely said it mean because I was tired of it.
Yeah.
And then also, you just can't. Like, you could tell a friend, like you can vent to a friend, and then they'll put their own little 2 cents in
Hmm.
it. It just makes now all of y'all arguing, and nobody likes each other. It's basically, I understand that. Maybe you should tell her.
Yeah.
I
Look,
understand you. Maybe you should tell them. They bring it back to you. You have already talked to me about this. I think it's time for you to tell them. I'm not going to
perfect.
listen to that. Changing the subject and moving on. It keeps you out of that. You didn't have an opinion on anything because then they'll start saying, "She said this. She was on my side. You're not on anyone's side. I
Look,
don't have an opinion."
I had this happen to me in like my early 20s where it was like they both had beef and it was just mostly like, yeah, girl, I mean, yeah, that's kind of weird, but like, I don't know, I was in there, blah blah blah. Girl, they made up and then made me the villain. But all I did was like, oh,
Exactly.
okay. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't really there. That's interesting. Like, literally, that was all my back and forth. I don't know. I wasn't there. That's crazy. And when they made up and it was like, I don't really like to. I felt like she was playing both sides. Be neutral. Be neutral.
feel I feel like sometimes you can be really black or white, but
Mhm.
sometimes you can see both perspectives. I have been called fake so many times because I can see all perspectives. I'm
Mhm.
going to agree with you and I'm going to agree with you. It's not because I'm trying to just I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
It's not me trying to be messy or fake or phony or switching up. It's just like, oh, I didn't get all the information. I see
That
where you're
is a
coming
new
from.
perspective.
I
That
see
is a
where
new
you're
perspective.
coming from. But that doesn't mean, but you know what? Even doing that has harmed me. So it's just like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not in it. I'm been it, ain't it. Whatever the old sayings are.
My
Yeah.
name is Bennett and I ain't in it.
In it. Yes. Yes. So please direct this to the person and keep me out of it. I don't want to even know the information about it. So that is the best way to stay neutral because you don't want to get in the middle of it and you want to, but it's still going to, even if you try to stay neutral, yeah, they're still gonna find people still find things, but I mean, at least you can say, "I stay neutral," and you can have that peace inside of you yourself. Like, I
Yeah.
know I didn't do anything. You can never question, like, you would agree with something. Did I agree with the wrong thing? You won't have to ever question yourself because you know I stay neutral.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. Nick, you got the next one.
So, forever picking the wrong person is the title. I recently started speaking to somebody. He seemed really lovely, chatty, texts a lot, phone calls, lives an hour and 40 minutes away from me. Though he came down to see me twice. The second time, I thought there was a little bit of a shift, and he was very sexual with his comments. I kind of hounded a little bit, then I was straight to the point and said, I'm not interested in a quick hookup. But my question is, how do you know if people are genuine or not? I seem to be going for really shit people all the time. Men lie a lot. Maybe I'm looking for the wrong type of man. So if people are genuine or not, well, you really don't know.
Dun dun dun.
Not living my lives. I dated double lifers. But I think as you date and as you grow, you can start seeing a red flag. So you can see things that you see in the other person. And I mean, not saying like compare, but you can see like, I've been on this road before. How did it work for me before? How is it not going to work for me before? I think you putting up boundaries is good. And how he responded to your boundaries is pretty much your answer. Um, and it's just like letting it go. I don't think you can say like everybody that I pick is going to be like this. You can't put everybody in the same category, but you can see what works for you. You can see the boundaries that works for you and continue to hold your boundaries, see how people respond, and literally just go from there and not put everybody in the same category. Yeah.
I think getting over the idea of like there's a way that you can figure this out and be foolproof um, is probably your best way to approach it. Recognizing that, okay, I can try my best to know people's intention, but when people show me their intentions otherwise, learning how to have a good pull away game is the best way.
Mhm.
I don't think there's a foolproof way of learning how people are genuine or not. There are some people that are really good fakers. There are some people who are really good at like doing the right things, saying the right things, acting the right way, and then just like pulling that rug from underneath you. And so, yes, there's certain things we can do to make it better, like the obvious stuff, like, hey, does their actions match what they say? Or do they just say a lot of things? Hey, do they put in effort? Hey, have they been intentional? Or do they kind of just fit you in whenever? Like there's basic things like that. I think that helps. But I think learning those basic things, but learning how to pull away is your best bet of, okay, but even if I think they're genuine, they did all this stuff. And then when I realize they're not, am I able to walk away or do I sit there and go, well, maybe they have potential to get out of this and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I agree. Because think about the past when you did,
Hmm.
and how did that go for you? We
Yeah.
just don't want to continue to put ourselves in that way. The universe, our God, will continue to test you until you pass that test. Speaking from a person who has not passed the test a lot of times. Um, and all of a sudden, I know how to pass them. But it's just like, you can't put everybody in the same box, though. But you
Yeah.
definitely can look for those signs and set your boundaries and just see how it goes from there.
Yeah. All right. This is the last question for me. It goes, I have been in a relationship with my boyfriend for 2 years. This is the first relationship for both of us, both in our early 20s. He says he doesn't believe in sex before marriage, as in all the way, but we do occasionally engage in oral, foreplay, etc. However, during oral, I have never been able to finish him off. Usually takes 15 to 20 minutes of me trying, and he finishes himself. I've tried practicing with objects and looking on tips on the internet, but nothing seems to have helped. He says it is 100% my fault due to my inexperience and not being good. But he
Hmm.
also masturbates 3 times a day. His desktop computer and phone is full of porn to the point I'm not even allowed to touch them. And his phone photo app is password protected, which I feel would change his sensitivity and make it harder for me. I just like an outsider's perspective over whether this is normal, as I have no one else I can really talk to about this, nor previous relationships to compare it to. On another note, if we were to move in, get married, etc., in the future and engage in the full sexual experience, would he be likely to reduce his porn usage, i.e., not have a phone that's full of porn, 10 tabs of it open on his desktop constantly, and actually want to be with me? Most of the time we see each other, I try to initiate and he turns me down. Thanks. So I've talked about this before. We've had a couple questions like this. And I've talked about how, like, actually, you're seeing this talked about more in like clinical spaces. I've had trainings where this has been brought up. This is a thing that's happening. We're having men that are getting erectile dysfunctional super young. Super young. Again, I remember being in my 20s. It was something you thought about like when of men in their like 50s, not even in their 40s, but like you thought like, oh, that's happening to happen in your 50s or 60s and above. We are seeing it heavily in boys in their 20s. We are seeing this heavily in men in their 30s. And the research in at least the information I am getting back in clinical spaces or in educational settings is it is porn. It is millennials and above, Gen Zs, and unfortunately probably will be alphas as well. We are really like the first generations who have had access to sex anytime we want to see it. All the time, anytime, any position, any story you can think of. You want a mermaid to have sex with an octopus? Type it in. It's not like do you have a very specific niche? You can pay somebody to make You can go to OnlyFans and go, I specifically want you to be dressed like this with this color wig, and this is the thing I want you to say. Um, and we are seeing the effects of it. And the thing is, like, yeah, it is causing it to be harder and harder, not only just for men, women as well. People who engage with a lot of porn, we're seeing that it does have a negative impact on a lot of us. It does make it harder for people to finish. It does take away their sensitivity because also you're masturbating a lot. It's one there's a difference between your hand, a object, and the real thing. And so again, usually most of these things are rougher than the real thing. Your hand is rougher than a person's tongue. Your object is usually rougher still, no matter how soft the silicone, is usually rougher or harder than real skin. And the vibrations, I get it. I get it. Love a good rose. But it can mess up our sensitivity. So when we feel the real thing, it feels like it doesn't get you there because you used to things being on 10 speed for an hour.
Mhm. Mhm.
It does affect the sensitivity. My concern though is that he is blaming you. He's not even open to the idea that he could be doing something that is creating this problem and willing to work on change it.
Yeah.
You guys are young, so I do want to put it out there. It is important to be in relationships where both parties are concerned about the other person getting pleasure as well. If I'm saying, yo, this is making me feel bad because I can't get you off and I'm trying, she said, I got objects, I done research, nothing is working. And he won't even like be like, oh, maybe I should stop watching porn for a week. My concern is that you're entering into this thing with someone who does not care about your pleasure or how it affects you, or if you guys' sexual experience is a positive thing for you as well. And that is, I know there's plenty of people who are like, oh, sex isn't everything. It's not everything, but it is an important piece. You want to be able to get sexual gratification and not just receiving. It is important for a lot of people. Like hands up that to be able to please your partner. And so for the fact that you're like, hey, this is important for me to be able to do this. And he's just like, I blame you. I'm not going to stop. Yes, it is the porn more than likely. I want to answer your question. Yes, more than likely it is the porn, but also, baby girl, my concern is this sounds like a very selfish lover who will not care about your needs being met. And my concern when you're dating someone who do not care about your needs being met or sex being a pleasurable experience for you, there are deeper, darker things they also won't care about.
I agree. And I don't like, I agree in the fact that that's what's going on right now in our 30s. And I know a lot of us, like, we're closer to 40, but still, we're still, this shouldn't be a thing that's going on. And I have some guys that have openly talked about it with me. Other guys will probably blame. So you just need to, like, she needs to know it's not you, baby. It's not
Yeah.
you. And if you stop doing, if he stopped doing all those other things, and you will stop doing all those other things, the intimacy will be better for both of you, not just you.
Hmm.
Like, you're not getting anything from her, she's not getting anything from you. Like you said, like, it has to be teamwork, and it's, like, that young, just leave him alone at that point, and be open to somebody who have open to have these conversations with you and work together through it. Because if he's already doing that right now and can't do it, it's not gonna be no better.
Yeah.
Speaking from someone that's older, and now a lot of friends and everything are saying it just doesn't work like it did because of everything they did in their 20s.
Yeah.
So
Look, we don't have to get into full details, but yeah, I'm really big on like I know for me sex is an important like we have to have sexual chemistry. It's important for me. It's not something I could bypass. I have tried to overlook things. It makes me very mean. Just I've settled an idea like, yep, that's something I can't bypass. And I had a partner I remember one time where we did have to have that conversation of like I've been busy a lot lately. I get like our normal schedule isn't working, but like when we do have the time, this is becoming an issue. So you got to lay off. I will do what I can on my on my time. If you could just let me get through this month of like doing the busy things I have to do, we could get back to our regular schedule. But like I need you to do so. And that person did. They did. They laid off and they're like, oh, okay, you're right. You're right. This is creating an issue. Let's do that. You can have the conversations.
mm,
But if they're not willing to, that's a bigger problem that I think, yeah, you need to figure out what is that something I really want to deal and sit with.
I agree.
I feel like I keep getting a response like, Russ always be like, "Break up." And I do. do. But,
I
like,
mean, what can you do in that situation though?
just be
Like,
unsatisfied?
not fun for you. And they're
Uh,
not. And you can be unsatisfied, but then they should be able to work with you to fix that problem.
yeah. Like, are they willing to do
Um,
stuff? You because you can't be with a person where it's just, but, like, are they willing to be creative?
and I will give them the benefit of the doubt if they're willing to be creative or willing to be open to talk about it. I'm
Yeah.
giving the benefit of the doubt. I'm not just leaving because of that, but yeah. No, we just talking healthy boundaries and
Yeah.
healthy relationships. That's all we got to say.
Look.
Not
Alright,
all of
you
it.
got you
Okay.
got the last question.
Okay. So I am a 34-year-old male and have a close female friend who is 15 years older than me. I got divorced from my ex-wife 5 years ago, and me and my friend a few months later on a friend finder type page on Facebook. We met up most weeks for a drink, and I really like her as a person. I've been single all the time I've known her, and she's dated a few times, but none of them have really lasted very long. But we are out tonight, and she told me that for the last couple of months or so, she had a fuck buddy, and she doesn't want a relationship with anyone, but just wants some fun for a while with a guy. For some reason, I feel really jealous. I didn't say this to her, but I don't know why. I like her as a person and think she's a really great looking woman, but I wouldn't want any kind of relationship or anything with her and just see her as a friend. I've never been able to find anyone since my divorce and have given up on finding anyone. But hearing her tell me that tonight has hit me like a ton of bricks for some reason. I don't think I do want a sexual relationship with her and want her to be happy in life. And if this makes her happy, then I should be happy for her. But I just feel some form of jealousy and other emotions that I can't explain. Get over them. I'm just saying, like,
Fun.
because it just sounds kind of selfish. You don't want her, you don't want to touch her, but you don't want anybody else to touch her, or you don't want to know about anybody else
Yeah.
touching her. Um, Unless you're just feeling like she doesn't need to do this for her well, I don't know. I don't understand the jealousy part of it if you don't want to explore it anyways.
Can I say, to me, it sounds like he feels threatened, like,
But okay.
yeah. It's more so I'm with him. I don't think you wanna be with her. I think it's just, like, a feeling threatened of, like, "Hey, we had this we're single." You more likely than not, most of us have experienced, like, going through a phase where you're single with your people, and then, like, you go get a partner, or you get a potential, even if
Mhm,
it's not like a partner, it is just a fling type of situation.
mhm.
But it's almost like they start acting a little weird towards you, and it's almost like we're supposed to be in this together.
Yes, yes.
I'm
We
wondering
have
if that's what's
definitely
happening.
we definitely talked about that recently.
Mhm.
Um, and I think that could definitely be a thing. That makes more sense. It's like, oh, we can't hang anymore, or oh, we can't do these things anymore because you were focused on that person. And
Mhm.
that is common, and I guess that is healthy, but you also definitely have to check yourself in it as well. Because
Yeah.
you don't want to mess up the friendship, or even girls will mess up the friendship because we don't want, like, half the time we just want our girl to be still our girl and be able to do the girl stuff without you keep on trying to be with your man all the time.
Yeah.
So I get it. I definitely get it because I even probably been there before. I think we all probably have,
Yeah.
but I think you just have to check it so it won't mess up the friendship in general.
I agree. I agree. I don't think like there's nothing wrong with you having that feeling. I think it's just natural to like feel like having camaraderie with somebody and really enjoying it and then feeling threatened by a new factor that feels like, "Oh, this might mess up the flow that we have." It's all about how
Mhm.
do you handle it. So like now that if this is the thing and you recognize that this is the thing, okay, now what do we do with that information?
Yeah. And how we're gonna go forward. You need to check that because
Mhm.
it could definitely push up them away and then say, well, since you got that new friend or fuck buddy, whatever, you just don't fuck with me. And
Mhm.
in reality, you started acting weird because you felt some type of way. So it's like checking it and seeing how you're gonna go about it after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, guys, that is all we have for today's episode of questions that nobody asked us. We hope that you enjoyed. We will have a new episode for you guys in 2 weeks, I believe. I mean,
Yes.
that's the hope.
Like, yes, we will.
Okay, all right. Look. Okay, look, we gonna try. Yeah, no, we're gonna have a new episode for you guys in 2 weeks. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, like, share, repost, share this episode or others of your favorite with others who you think might enjoy. Write us a review, leave us some review with some words, and you hear the sound of our voice for sure in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.